We're going to talk about cryptocurrency, current events, and the greatest transfer of wealth in world history. We're going to help expose all truth. Starting out here, I got an article from CNN. This is about Hillary Clinton personally approving the plan to share the Trump-Russia allegation with the press in 2016. Okay, so we're going to start it off hot here. We're going to talk about the name that we don't mention very often. We're going to talk about the criminal campaign conspiracy. Guys, this whole thing's unraveling. The administration being brought to the stake, basically, because of inflation is just the tip of the iceberg. This is really starting to wake people up. The events that took place over the last 2 years really got this thing in motion. But now what's happening is people are feeling it with their, their personal financial situation is not too hot right now. The inflation is only getting worse. They don't have an answer. And now we're going to start to see this thing unravel as far as the political stage, the world stage events. We caught them all. It does end up, I believe, with Trump coming back to power in 2024, coming back with force. And that's not a political statement. That's not left, right, up, down. I don't care what you do. All I want you to do is prepare yourself, prepare your family for the greatest transfer of wealth in world history. This is all part of it. It's all tied together. All truth being revealed, the US dollar losing its status as the reserve currency, it's all part of it. The problem with the cryptocurrency scene is that we've misunderstood what this really is about, where all the money really is. It's in currency and payments. Okay, and then we also have to understand debt and derivatives, which has really grown. And we tie this all together. We call it the internet of value. But guys, are we really getting something done with our cryptocurrency, or are we investing in BS speculation hype that is going nowhere with no utility? We need to understand what we're holding right now during the bear market, during these crises, during the world stage events where everyone's going to be distracted, mass amount of fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Should you sell off your crypto bags? Well, 99% of them are going away. So I don't have financial advice, but you figure out the program that's going to actually get something done. And I'm here to tell you that it's not Bitcoin, it's not Ethereum. And we've exposed that on every front, the criminal campaign conspiracy going all the way, tying Gary Gensler to not only holding back the whole cryptocurrency space, but also going back being the CFO of the criminal campaign conspiracy under Hillary Clinton. So not only do we have this case here with Ripple XRP, we understand that that's all a stage there. We have this scene going on with Hillary Clinton, the puppet that she is, her family, and everyone tied there in with the cabal that is being exposed. Sleepy Creepy, the whole gang. Let me continue on and show you this next one. Mr. Joe Biden, the guy who's running our country, I guess. Biden administration places 119 million order for monkeypox. Hokey pokey, do a little dance, take a little jab, have a good time. What do you think about that? Should you be worried about monkeypox right now? 119, the 9/11 reversed, a complete mockery of the people. Let's go to the next tweet here, though, from Conspiracy Bot. I love this little account here on Twitter. Always just dropping little gems that we need to remind everyone about. Hunter's laptop was real, and it contained enough information to lock up most of his family forever. When I tell you that Trump is going to walk back in like he never left, and it's going to be the most perfect setup, this is what I'm talking about. Not only is many people in power getting exposed right now, but we caught them all. We caught them all, and this is all real. This is mainstream. Let me go back to the first article, CNN. Remember, don't shoot the messenger. Don't hate on me. I'm not getting political. I want you to understand what to prepare for, because the streets are going to be set on fire this summer here in America. Are you ready for that? There is no food, or a serious lack thereof, for sure. Best case scenario, a shortage. Are you growing vegetables right now? I am. 119 million spent on monkeypox, billions of dollars going to Ukraine, while our country is set up to burn. Are you prepared, America? Are you taking advantage of this opportunity? Because the elites are, the people in power are. They're moving and they're trying to keep everything that they once had, but it's all falling apart. Okay, the people here have had enough, and like I said, when it starts to affect them, when they go to buy food, when they go to buy the essentials, here we have anti-government protest spreading in Iran after flour-based food staples jump 300%. How about that for an investment? How about that for a meme? 300% returns if you would have just invested in your essential food, your flour-based food staples. This is really important. And this is just a tip. I'm only showing you guys 2 of these articles. I'm not going to bore you to death. And, I'm going to go through this news, but then we're going to get into what do we do about it, right? Because everyone can tap into the fear. Everyone can tap into the propaganda. Everyone can look at this situation and understand that it's going to hell in a handbasket. But what are we going to do about it? We're going to get into that at the end of this show, and I will be taking questions and trying to provide some answers. No financial advice, but hey, maybe you should have stocked up on some essentials because we have ingredient shortages are creating supply chain woes like never before. This is from foodprocessing.com. Do you have a plan? Do you understand whether it's controlled, whether it's by the fate of God, whether it's just the weather, whether it's global warming, climate change, whatever story you want to believe or make up? The fact of the matter is that it's happening, okay? And it doesn't have to be this way, but it is happening, and we have to be prepared because many people are about to get absolutely wiped out financially and just all the way to feeding their families, guys. When I tell you the streets are going to be on fire, it's because the inflation, the crises, and then all truth being revealed and a Mr. Bad Orange Man back to power. Perfect setup. This country's about to be torn apart like we've never seen it before. In my opinion, you need to stay safe, you need to stay prepared, and you need to have a plan because we got to ride out a serious storm that's coming back home to roost. We've been all getting fat and happy, singing Kumbaya, having a good time. It's been fun to be a trendy little, I'm not even going to get into it, but it's been fun to do the little dance here and have a good time, take a little hokey pokey jibby jabby and be a moron, quite frankly. That's coming home to roost, and these people are going to be pissed. They're going to be hitting the streets. They're going to be hitting them hard because they won't be able to feed their families. They'll be broke, and Mr. Orange Bad Man's going to be coming back into power, and Elon has them so twisted as he trolls them every day on social media. These people are absolutely helpless, and they're about to be pissed off, and they are the enemy of the American people. They are the enemy of the good people fighting the good fight. God willing, we will win, but these people are sick, evil at the very top, and we got doofus, moron, absolute zombies here that we confront every day in the streets. Let's continue on. Self-directed 401k account should be self-directed. This is coming from Tom Emmer, and this is our Congress, finally starting to get their act together in regards to cryptocurrency regulations. They're trying to take care of your 401k account, which the 401ks have always been a scam from the very beginning. I don't really believe in that program. But, at least with the self-directed 401ks, that's a much better program than investing in the Wall Street beast machine that is not providing very good returns over the last couple decades, really. Self-directed accounts should be self-directed. Congress will ensure the government cannot prohibit Americans from investing part of their self-directed 401k accounts in Bitcoin or any other assets. Instead of investing in Bitcoin, Tom, I want to invest in utility. I want to get something done. So I'm going to pass on the Bitcoin. But, for the doofus morons, yeah, sure. Bitcoin, have at it. Good luck. God bless. Let's go to Wooston. Wooston, I don't know if you pronounce this. He's an OG in the XRP community. He says the XRP won't be a stablecoin, won't be backed by gold, silver, etc. Bridge assets are backed by the volume they move. Petrodollar, gold, gas, uranium, whatever. Brad Garlinghouse already said Nostrovostro accounts is going away. Nostrovostro is at least a $30 trillion market. What problem is your cryptocurrency solving? What problem are you solving? Right? This is what it all comes back to. Are we actually getting something done or are we playing around? Stablecoins can't be deflationary. XRP is deflationary. Absolutely. So the case for XRP to be a dollar stablecoin, absolute joke. Wouldn't be able to get anything done. Only 100 billion tokens. We have a $6 trillion cross-border payment volume daily. We have a $6 trillion daily settlement layer that needs to be settled. $6 trillion daily volume, okay? $30 trillion Nostrovostro accounts going away. eliminates the need for pre-funding. Okay? And XRP needs to be at a much higher price. Unlike the rest of the space, there's no reason really in many of these blockchain solutions that you would even need a token of any value. You just need a distributed ledger to move data, to do something that doesn't involve a currency or a token. XRP, for its use case, it needs to be a higher price. Not just us hoping and praying, oh my gosh, generational wealth, please come down to us and bless us. No, this is world powers have set up payment solutions here that are going to solve trillion-dollar problems daily. That's what we're investing in. This is the Ripple XRP news. Let's continue on. What's your cryptocurrency doing? Well, let's take a look at Ripple here. The Ripple house was amazing. Had such a great time meeting a bunch of new people. This is from X Shrooms NFT. I guess they're building some NFTs on the XRP ledger. Finally, and it seems like recently Ripple's been inviting more of these NFT projects as they launched a $250 million creator fund. I'm going to show you in the next article that they just launched $100 million for sustainable energy. But, you know, what's Ripple doing? They're holding yacht parties right now. During the depths of the bear market, all this fear, uncertainty, doubt, blood in the streets. Hey, come on over to Ripple House where we're going to be throwing a yacht party. What's your crypto doing? We're throwing yacht parties. The Ripple House was amazing. Had such a great time meeting a bunch of new people. Finally met the awesome guys over with XRP Junkies. A lovely interaction with Uncle Brad Garlinghouse. Super grateful for the event. Appreciate Ripple. Yeah, so, you know, you just love to see this. I want to make a point here, guys. If you just dismissed the SEC lawsuit completely for, you know, we know it's staged, we know it's a distraction. If you just completely dismiss that and you were evaluating XRP as an investment just based off of the partnership's utility and adoption growth, the Ripple Net, on-demand liquidity, and XRP, the XRP ledger, is experiencing, it's the furthest along cryptocurrency by far. Let me repeat, the furthest along cryptocurrency by far. Because when they launch NFTs, they do it properly, not the Ethereum gas fee situation that's an absolute joke. They're a store of value just like Bitcoin. Well, unlike Bitcoin, because Bitcoin clearly is not a store of value. And you're now going to get the smart contracts coming on through the Flare network. This thing's over, guys. This thing is over. This team is already starting to celebrate, but they also continue to grow and continue to bring on the best people in the cryptocurrency space. We have the most adoption and development by people that matter by far. By far. You look at all these other cryptocurrencies, they're partnered up with 50 other cryptos. That's not real partnerships that matter. That matter, right? Let's go to the next. You know, while we have blood in the streets, Ripple's investing another $100 million cash. You know, as we reported from the Q4 markets report, Ripple's in the best cash position they've ever been in. And they're buying XRP with their own cash, going to secondary markets and putting down the dough so that they can walk away with the XRP. So if you have any uncertainty right now about what, you know, we're doing here by investing in XRP, look no further. Yacht parties, $100 million investment in climate-focused fintech and carbon reduction technology. And the beautiful thing about this is how energy efficient it is. I'm no tree hugger by any means, but proof of work makes no sense. It doesn't work and it's not necessary. Ripple XRP has already shown that. $100 million investment in climate-focused fintech, $250 million for NFTs, and that's just the start. They bought $321 million worth of XRP. They're putting their money where their mouth is, and they're in the best position ever. Are you putting yourself in a position to win right now? That's my question for you. I don't have financial advice. I'm not here to tell you to stack 1,000 XRP, 10,000 XRP, and that's going to give you generational wealth. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is have you taken a look at what you're doing in the cryptocurrency space, what you're doing in your investments, what you're doing with your business? How is your life positioned right now to ride out the storm that we're about to experience? How strong are you emotionally right now to go through what we're about to go through? Because that's a real thing that's affecting everyone. I can see it across the board. I'm having conversations with people right now. I get it. This is tough emotionally. But we got to be strong. We got to find our purpose. We got to continue to take action because these people are going to kill us if we don't stand up. We will be wiped out if we do not have a plan, if we don't prep, if we don't invest properly, if we're not building value right now, just like Ripple is. Thank you for tuning in, guys. I appreciate. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, this is going to be the last live stream from this location. The family and I, we are moving. We're packing up our bags, heading to the hills, heading to the bunker. So I will be reporting live from the bunker probably in a couple days. Okay, I got to take a little bit here to move. But once that's all done, I'm going to be set up in the new studio. So I'm super excited about that. New studio vibes coming in. A couple more articles to go through here. But yes, I did want to celebrate with you guys. So cheers to everyone out there. I am enjoying a nice cold adult beverage here on this Friday night. Appreciate all of you guys for tuning in on this late night session. YouTube, if you guys can, hit that thumbs up for me while we're here. And I appreciate all of you guys so much. It's been amazing over the last year at this place. Just what's happened in my life with my family, with my business, with our investments, which have just been absolutely wrecked. That's fine. That's what happens when 90% of your bag is XRP. You know, I'm very transparent with you guys about what I'm doing, how I'm moving on every level, and I get the most intimate. I share the most information that I can with my Discord group. If you want to get tapped in over there, we're going to be having another weekly call tomorrow morning. Tomorrow's weekly call, I'm going to be going over some more economic data. We're going to talk about seeing through the lies in the data. While they're telling us that, you know, a recession's possible next year, we're already living through one. We're already experiencing one. And this could be the start of something much worse, an inflationary depression, unless we, you know, there's really actually no avoiding it. It's just going to be terrible. But we're going to be seeing through the lies and the economic data and the story and the narrative that they're telling us. And then we're going to position ourselves properly. We're going to go over a ideal portfolio, how I'm positioning my portfolio. And we're going to actually go through all the percentages and cover that. And then I'm going to cover what I'm holding with my portfolio. And I'm going to compare that with how I want to adjust going forward, because now's the time to talk about, you know, adjusting your portfolio. As we've seen, these cryptocurrencies have been absolutely smashed. It's unfortunate if your bag's down, but now's the time to really consider, what are you holding? You know, taking a look at your cryptocurrency portfolio, taking a look at the rest of your investments as well, whether that's stocks, real estate, whatever else you're doing. And then I'm going to talk about my current business strategies. So running 2 businesses right now, trying to make the moves, trying to take care of my family every day. So much massive amount of action, completely focused in, tapped into these strategies that have not only worked during this, that not only will work during this transfer of wealth, but that worked over the previous one after World War II. These are the same strategies that go back hundreds of years, that the rich, wealthy 1% elite have been tapped into the program strategies. The tips, everybody wants a hot tip. Well, it's a really much more in-depth strategies that I, you know, can share with my Discord group, how I'm rolling those out. If you guys are looking to get tapped in over there, head on over to zachrector.com and you can get in on our weekly call for tomorrow. All calls are recorded too, so you can always watch them later as well. But let's get right into it. We got a few more things to get through. Ripple partner Tranglo reporting $200 million in on-demand liquidity payments between September of 2021 and May of 2022, as well as the expansion of Asian corridors. I don't know what that stands for. ASEAN. Somewhere over in the Asia Pacific region, I'm sure the APAC region. Corridors in today's blog. So that's just another partnership. In the midst of this lawsuit, they're getting more partnerships than every other cryptocurrency. How is that possible? More partnerships than everyone else in the cryptocurrency space. $200 million in on-demand liquidity that's settling with XRP was settled between September and May of this year. So, you know, what do you got there? 7, 8 months there of on-demand liquidity volume, 200 million of it. Just getting started. We are just getting started here. I get ranting and raving. I forget to take a drink and take a little sip. Appreciate all of you guys. Thank you so much. Let's go on here. Luna and UST Korean investors have filed both civil and criminal lawsuit against Do for committing fraud. So this is the founder, creator, Kwon of Luna UST. Korean investors have filed a lawsuit. We've watched this whole thing unfold over the last week. Completely staged ritual collapse. And now you're starting to see Kevin O'Leary, I was listening to him today, talk about the Luna crash really is going to apply pressure to our Congress to pass rules and regulations for stablecoins, saying that we need it for all of the cryptocurrency space, including, from the SEC in regards to what's a security, what is not. Does the, CFTC have jurisdiction over the commodities? Yes, they do. Do they have jurisdiction over the futures? Yes, they do. So we know that there's a power struggle, whether it's CFTC, SEC, or the Congress. We're waiting on these people as they've just allowed this thing to unfold. They've allowed this whole thing to balloon and grow to, nearly a $3 trillion market cap for the overall cryptocurrency space. And the scary part is that we've already lost about 50-60% of the overall market cap of cryptocurrency without Tether imploding. So that's something to take note of, is we've lost over half of the crypto market without Tether, the number one liquidity pair in the whole space, hasn't imploded yet. And if you thought that, Luna and UST collapsing looked bad and was a scary situation, just wait till the Tether ticking time bomb explodes. I forgot there was, I have another article that I wanted to share with you guys. I saw the Digital Asset Investor retweeted it, but it looks like we've now got some information that Kwon was starting to close down the company days before UST had its, implosion, before it caved in, right? And just collapsed from over $100 down to zero. So we now have some new information. Maybe I have it here in my bookmarks, but what happened was right here, Luna founder exposed. According to South Korea's Supreme Court Registry Office, Do Kwon, the CEO of Terraform Labs, reportedly closed down his company in Korea days before the crash of Terra Luna and UST. He dissolved his company's headquarters on the 4th of May and the Seoul branch office on the 6th of May. So he closed these down days before the collapse. This thing, the lawsuit against him's just getting started. And remember, this is what I was talking about, is that a lot of these guys are going to turn the key and they're going to head for the hills. They're going to go hide on some island. They're going to take the money and run. They're going to hide in some country that doesn't have extradition with the United States. They're going to go take the money and run, right? Now, Do Kwon, he's still here in the public space, but it does appear that he did turn the key, right? And guys, it's so sad because so many people are losing their savings. They're losing money that they worked hard for. These are, average investors, because institutions weren't in Luna, besides Mike Novogratz's dumbass. Institutions weren't in Luna. So this was completely just retailers biting the bullet. The whales, the insiders were, it does appear, tipped off, and some of them were able to cash out before the peg was lost, before Luna crashed to, zero. But folks, I have another article here. This is the last one. China is preparing for war. First, Xi orders Chinese banks to risk assets and insulate against potential U.S. sanctions. Now Xi is directing Chinese nationals overseas to divest of any assets. China has been hoarding grains for over a year. Playbook is obvious to anyone willing to connect the dots. In January of 2020, China updated their foreign investment law, which gives Beijing the power and ability to nationalize foreign assets investments under special circumstances, which include war. In mid-2021, China's new foreign sanctions law enables Beijing to seize corporate assets and detain expat employees if the underlying corporation simply is complying with foreign sanctions. The groundwork is being laid for complete seizure of foreign assets and investment in China. If you are an institutional fiduciary or any other fiduciary, you better be rethinking your risk assessment of investing in public or private Chinese companies. Investors lost everything in Russia and have tried to sweep it under the rug. They won't be able to hide the hundreds of billions that will be lost in Chinese investments. Yep. So Russia started this currency war, and it includes resources, commodities like gold, wheat, all of the essentials, right? Major commodities. And now we know too how much basically US debt Chinese are owning as well. So this is becoming a financial currency war, and it has gone hot. We started talking about that in February when the Russia-Ukraine situation started. We talked about how sad, these events that are unfolding, the world stage events, the actual military invasion, and the people that are caught up in that. Regular people getting caught up in the situation. Loss of life is never something that we're happy about. But the real problem that we're experiencing right now, and that's only going to get worse, is the financial war, the currency war, the commodity war. And this thing's going hot right here. And, here we need to be preparing over here in America. As I was talking about at the beginning of the show, we've had it good over here. We've had a good time. It's been fun, and we need to be careful because it's coming home to roost. And these people are out to take everything that we've had as far as our standard of living is coming to an end. XRP at 40 cents, Bitcoin down at 29K at the time of this recording. So the markets are down. Yep, ruble is backed by gold, and it's basically backed by natural gas, oil as well. So these countries have been stockpiling the commodities, the gold. They've produced more output in terms of all of those categories, including their gold. And then another thing, I just listened to Road to Ruin once again by Jim Rickards. Third time listening to the book, and he's talking about how China's actually getting good gold. What they're doing is they're getting the gold from the Swiss vaults, and then they're forcing them to go back and remelt them and make it more pure gold. And there was a huge case that got covered up. I think it was HSBC that delivered hundreds of millions of dollars of gold to China that was fake gold. And that got covered up. That was years ago. But the point being, guys, is that this thing is being exposed right now. And these countries are trying to take care of themselves, and they're trying to see the demise of the Western financial world. They want a level playing field. They don't want to be bullied around by the US and allies financially and militarily. Now, militarily, we got a level playing field. Everyone's got nukes. Everyone's got modern technology. And God willing, it never goes to that level. But in terms of the commodities, resources, and that situation, these countries have been preparing for this moment. They've done the trade deals. They've increased their gold mining output. They're holding back the commodities like wheat, fertilizers that the people need. Did I buy Luna? No, I did not buy Luna. I will not be buying Luna. I don't play around with any of it. So when do you think that the war will end? Looks like this thing's going to drag out quite a bit longer by just the military movement. Tell me in the real world who's going to use Bitcoin. Basically, the only people using Bitcoin are retail traders. There really is no institutional money in cryptocurrency in a major way yet. There's little firms that are making plays in cryptocurrency. They talk about investing in some Bitcoin. They talk about investing in some crypto-related stocks or companies. They're doing that to improve their stock price. These companies aren't stupid. They understand that us little guys get excited when we see that Fidelity is going to let their people invest in cryptocurrency, right? The institutional money hasn't really came in yet. And Kevin O'Leary was talking about that today, listening to his interview on Stansberry Research. There's going to be trillions, hundreds of trillions coming onto distributed ledger technology once the institutions can settle payments on it, and once they can hold them as reserve, and once they can start actually building the utility, solving the problems that they need to solve using the distributed ledger technology once regulations pass. Once they understand, once they have clarity. And then you're going to get the investments coming in from the 401ks, the retirement accounts, Wall Street. The hedge funds will really be able to park serious amounts of money because they can only put such small percentages into these assets. Kevin O'Leary was talking about how his fund can only invest 5% or less in USDC. In the stablecoin USDC, they can only invest like 5% because of the current laws and regulations as how they govern these, hedge funds or investment groups like Kevin O'Leary's running. So when you think about that, they've been capped. Even the ones that have started to be able to invest, they start to flirt with it. They put out rumors that they're going to invest so that their stock price pumps. But even the ones that have gotten invested, like Kevin O'Leary, he can only put 5%. He can only allocate 5% because it's deemed a more riskier asset or whatever the deal is. Bitcoin is a store of value, the safest network. Proof of work doesn't work, and one quantum computer would wreck the Bitcoin network. It's just very simple. The Bitcoin doesn't get anything done. So it's just not the case. I mean, obviously, a lot of the Bitcoin people don't like when I say that, but it's just a matter of trying to sell it to the next person. That's the only thing that's left to do with Bitcoin, really. I mean, it's not getting anything done. It can't be upgraded. Lightning Network is centralized, doesn't really actually get things done. Bitcoin failed at everything it set out to be. Stocks will go to zero in a microsecond. If China pulls the plug and the rest of the BRICS nations start to pull the plug all at once, it would be worse than a nuclear bomb going off. And I said back in February, I said, this is the financial nuclear bomb going off. The contagion will spread. The systemic risk is throughout the whole system, and this thing's going to eat itself alive. The only thing that saved the dollar, the reason why the DXY, the dollar index, has been up recently is because everything's going to shit and the dollar is the cleanest shirt in the closet. I do apologize if I let a couple little language slip-ups happen. You know, it's my last live stream here in this studio. We're going to have a couple adult beverages. We're going to have some fun now, guys. The update was about half an hour, so now we're going to do a little bit of Q&A. Let's run it up. I appreciate all of you guys for tuning in tonight. Thank you so much. We got 500 in the YouTube, couple hundred in TikTok. Appreciate all of you guys that have joined the family over there in Discord. Let's run it up. Stocks aren't going to zero. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter. There's just no opportunity. You'll be lucky to make some money over there in the stock market, depending on what you're investing in. If you're holding these indexes, if you're just holding, what has been propped up over the last couple decades, you could be in for a rude awakening. I mean, look at these stocks. Netflix down 70%. That's, relatively speaking, a bear market. I mean, guys, that's getting smashed. And we've been smashed in the cryptocurrency space. So we're right there. I'm right there with you. My portfolio has been decimated, guys. Investing in XRP has been the worst investment decision of my life. So far. Will it end up being the best investment decision of my life? I think it's going to be a pretty good one. I think it's going to work out pretty well. But so far, holding my XRP bag, it hasn't worked out. But I just sit here and laugh about it, right? We understand how this is all playing out. Enjoy the show. Have a good time. Yeah, just hide from monkeypox. You should be focused on that right now. Don't worry about investing in these companies that are holding yacht parties, investing $100 million in climate, investing $250 million in NFTs, buying $300 million worth of XRP in one quarter, best cash position ever, record on-demand liquidity volume, 25 countries that they're operating in. But let's go throw some money at Luna. Durham has showed up. I built my short position in February 2020 before everyone started screaming, and then liquidations in April 2020. Yeah. Yeah, Johnny, thank you for the toast. I appreciate all of you guys. Let's run it up. What are you guys working with? Swing trading's, there's plenty of room to swing trade right now. You guys got to understand your hustle right now. You got to understand what's the best use of your time for generating money. And then you're going to have to determine what your investment portfolio needs to look like. Tomorrow morning in my weekly call with my Discord group, I'm going to be covering that. And I'm going to be going over my portfolio, how I'm positioning myself. There's so much opportunity in business right now. There's so much opportunity. You know how many people were messaging me when XRP was over $1? I was getting messages daily. Hey, do you think XRP is going to go back to $1? Now, many of those people, many of you listeners, are smart. You're not emotionally invested. You're not tied up in your bag dropping by 50%. You're not crying because you bought XRP at $1.20. You're buying while we're here under 50 cents, while we're here at 40 cents. While many people have given up, capitulated, you are taking advantage of this opportunity. I was getting so many messages every single day. Do you think the XRP will go back to $1? And now the XRP is down at 40 cents, people don't want to buy because people on Twitter are throwing out 20 cents. People want to get attention, so they throw out 10-cent XRP. Literally. 10-cent XRP. They just throw it out on Twitter just to get some attention. Will XRP get to all-time high is the real question. Yes, it will. It's just a matter of when, not if, and it's going to blow past that. I mean, XRP, you guys already know the deal. I don't even need to talk about it. Imagine if you could have shorted Luna. The reason why I'm not trading right now is because I don't think it's a good use of my time. I don't like spending time in front of the computer. I don't like doing technical analysis. It's not fun to me, so I don't do it. And these exchanges have screwed me over so many times. During volatile times like this, the exchanges bend you over. They go back and they reverse trades, like just happened with the Luna fiasco. They went back and reverse trades. This is why I don't play around. I get my bag, I stack it up, I put it in, somewhere safe, and I enjoy the show. I did trading. I wasn't ready to allocate the time to it, nor do I want to. I've tried, learning the technical analysis, spending time doing it. No. What do you guys? I'm going to try to go rapid through these questions. Thoughts on Songbird? It's a good test net, a little overhyped in my opinion, but it's a good it is a good test net for Flare. I'm waiting for the financial crash, but hey, that's me. Don't count on these exchanges being online. Don't count on these exchanges being able to get your orders placed, finding the liquidity. This is a liquidity debt crisis that's unfolding. Do not count on these exchanges to be your friend. I put out a tweet last week. I said, conduct your business transaction and then get your crypto off the exchange. They are not your friend. Even the ones that I, recommend and say are cool, I don't really have a problem with Coinbase. Like, other than delisting XRP and whatever, okay. Are they going to go bankrupt? Well, they're trading a lot of stuff that's going to get smashed and already has. And I think that Coinbase, if any exchange is going to get their act together and come into regulation compliance, Coinbase is in the lead. But that doesn't mean that I trust Coinbase. That doesn't mean that I'm friends with Brian Armstrong. I'm going to conduct a business transaction and then I'm going to get my crypto somewhere safe. Use the exchange. It's a business deal. Don't trust them. Ever. My knowledge of Codius, well, it's the most advanced smart contracts platform ever, and a lot of the information on it is hidden. It's been kind of worked in the background, in private, in secrecy, so we don't really have that much on Codius other than rumors that it's going to be the most advanced smart contracts platform ever built. And we know that David Schwartz and Arthur Brito were some of the founders and creators over there. So early Bitcoin developer David Schwartz and the creators of the XRP ledger, David Schwartz and Arthur Brito, go on to create Codius, and then they go on to work at PolySign as well. And I always talk about this being the trifecta. You have PolySign, Codius, and the XRP ledger. That is the trifecta. So you have smart contracts with Codius, you have institutional grade custody with PolySign, and then you have the best liquidity with XRP. It's the trifecta that is the end game that takes us to prosperity. Is Uphold a safe place for XRP? The safest place is in cold storage. I just said not to trust the exchanges. So is it safe relatively? Is your crypto going to go vanish? Probably not, but don't trust them. I wouldn't have 10,000 XRP parked on Uphold. I'm trying to think how much. I got a little bit on Uphold. Got a little tiny bit. Because it's the easiest place for me to get Uphold when I, But I always buy with my credit or debit card. I always, just do like a $500 purchase, even though the limit kind of sucks. My bags of XRP are always packed, so I'm always just throwing 500, and then I can pull it off right away. So none of my XRP has to stay on Uphold. Yeah. But yeah, I would recommend getting most of your long-term bags. I would recommend getting all of your long-term bags off of the exchanges. I can't take you seriously right now looking like a landscaper raccoon. I'm a landscaper raccoon too. I know I got the raccoon eyes. I tried to work half the day without my shades. We're getting plenty of sun these days. Yep, banging out landscape jobs. You can move it. You can move it right away if you buy with a debit or a credit card on Uphold. So that's why I do it. So I don't have any lockup period. Now I know many of you guys, you're trying to invest thousands, tens of thousands because you're trying to catch up with your cryptocurrencies. Uphold, what they're doing, I will say this, for all the hell that Uphold is giving us by doing that, I actually kind of like it because I just want them to know that they have the keys to that crypto. These other exchanges that have so much moving on, and we don't really know if they're still holding the keys to that crypto, right? Like, we don't know if they're just holding a promissory note for those crypto keys, and they've already been pulled, so and here's the thing. All the other exchanges have delisted XRP. So I've said this time and time again. Don't spend any time complaining about Uphold, another exchange. Don't complain about these exchanges. Make your moves, conduct the business transaction, and get back to hustling and stacking the cash that you can use to invest in cryptocurrency in the first place. We got to just be thankful that Uphold has XRP still listed, in my opinion. It's easy for me to say that, though, because my bags have been packed a long time ago and it was very easy to conduct all those transactions before XRP got delisted from the lawsuit. So I get it. But, use them up, get your cryptos off, get back to your hustle, stack as much cash as possible right now because of the inflation crisis is here, and we want money to actually, take advantage of buying assets that matter, assets that actually have value, utility. Are you all in on XRP? No. But relatively speaking, yes. 90% of my crypto bag? Yes. Is that a good investment decision? And so far, I could have made some money. But, XRP is my only bag that's still in profit. But it's, it's down a lot. I don't even know. I barely check my bag. I haven't even checked the price. Well, I checked it once today. Zach, I need help making a good long-term buy-in decision. I have 5,000 for a future buy-in setup. What would be your opinion for 4 to 5 different worthwhile tokens besides XRP? Well, of course, XLM, XDC, Algorand, and IOTA, the chosen ISO-compliant cryptos. Those would be my go-tos. And other than that, I don't know if you wanted to throw a little bit at Quant. Quant just doesn't turn me on. HBAR is the other one that everyone talks about. I want to see more adoption, more actual use of the HBAR tokens before I throw money at it. So right now, I don't hold any algo and I don't hold any IOTA. I will be looking to enter those if we drop more, but I'm just, I've bought more XRP and more XLM over the last few months, and I'm going to be going back into my coin dealer, and I'm going to be buying a little bit more silver. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to be going over my portfolio and how I'm going to be adjusting it for basically understanding that we're already going through a recession and that this could be the beginning of an inflationary depression and the death of the middle class of America and a financial tsunami on top of the world stage events that have us caught up with the food shortage, food crisis, water crisis, health crisis, spiritual crisis. It's a complete plan, complete strategies, and we execute it on a daily basis and try to stay as tapped in amidst all of the distractions and chaos. It always hurts to think you could have bought lower, but making moves is better than no moves. Absolutely, Penelope. That's where my ego gets in the way of buying cryptocurrencies because, if I miss a cryptocurrency, like I missed Cardano. I've talked about this story many times. I knew about Cardano when it was at super cheap. It's the same story. It's so basic and it's so simple and it's so stupid. I knew about it when it was at $2 and it went to wherever it went to. I forget what the exact numbers were. But, put that all in the past. Let's move forward and let's enter these positions. They've already gotten to really attractive prices. I've been buying the dips, and my current strategy is to wait for some serious more blood in the streets. But that, I'm not really banking on that. I'm just letting my crypto bag ride for now. When do you think the mass awakening will happen? I think that it's underway. Yeah, it's underway. XDC is only 4 cents. Yeah, it's a great deal. HBAR is rumored to be ISO compliant, but we don't really have good confirmation on that. HBAR is a story. I just don't see anybody actually utilizing the token. All these people are on the what is the HBAR Foundation or whatever it is, the General Council, or I forget what it's called, but that's it. They sign up for that, and it helps HBAR market, but I don't see anybody actually using HBAR. Brian, thank you. Nice to see you here, brother. Enjoying Friday night, and welcome back. Thank you, Brian. Yeah. Yep, this is the last live session in this studio before we move to the next one. It's going to be lit. Super excited about it. Sam, thank you. Just wanted to give you for the cause. No real statements, on my way to help since no Patreon. Sam, I appreciate that, brother. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Sam. I appreciate that. Appreciate all of you guys' support. Did I buy a new home? No, I am renting, which is an interesting case study. So I decided to sign another lease, and I'm not going to give you guys really too much details on this. I'm just going to say I am renting. I decided not to buy because the interest rates, by the time I was getting pre-approved, got jacked up, and I'm waiting for these prices to drop, and I'm currently watching them drop, and I am positioned to still make a move. So I signed the lease on another place. I'm overpaying for a little stupid place. Oh, it's a nice place. I'm super excited, but I'm still in position to move on the real estate thing over the next year, and I'm going to be stacking more cash so that I'm even in better position for that. But the real estate market's falling apart because of the interest rates, and it depends on the market, but some markets are already bleeding out really, really good. So Vancouver, the greater Vancouver area up in Canada, down over 30% year over year. And we're seeing rates, are expected to continue higher. So the bleeding is only beginning. And as the inflation crisis increases as well, more people won't be able to afford their homes either. And the people that got adjustable rates are going to get screwed over in that deal as well. So that is the opportunity that I'm waiting for. I've started to see the ship started to sink. So now, I'm sitting back enjoying the show, buying the cryptocurrency dips, but I had to hold myself back so that I stay in position that I can move on real estate over the next year. So even though I signed another temporary lease, I knew I wasn't going to buy a bad deal with real estate. I've been watching it for too long. I understand it too well. I wasn't going to buy a bad deal. So I'm waiting, and I'm going to absolutely pounce. You're a good guy, Zach. Best wishes. I'm into Bitcoin. I want to say that I hope it works out, but I just don't see a lot of good things for Bitcoin. But best case scenario, they would move to 100% renewable energy or upgrade away from proof of work. But I know that the Bitcoin maxis think that that's like the secret sauce of Bitcoin is the proof of work makes it the most secure. It's not the most secure network when over 60% of the network is validated in China with 4 large mining pools. That's not the case anymore because China has stopped mining, but I actually just saw recently that they're going to get back into it. They've been flip-flopping back and forth, but the point being is that the Bitcoin mining pools don't really have Bitcoin that decentralized, so we were led to believe. And because proof of work demands more energy output, more computing power, it's a race to the top who can basically go use the most energy, get the most computing power done. That's not where we want to go. I'm not a tree hugger by any means, but when we could power whole countries instead of running an inefficient payment network that is not good at sending value and has no other utility other than sending value, that is expensive and can take hours, sometimes days for the transaction to actually go through, that's a waste of energy. That's a waste of human capital. It's not moving us forward. So I try to play nice, with the Bitcoin folks, but it doesn't look good. Bitcoin was a test run. Yeah, I believe that to be I believe that Bitcoin was used to dupe a lot of like libertarians and a lot of people into cryptocurrency and accepting a digital currency. It was a great narrative. It did a great job at that. It really suckered a lot of these people into, digital currency and this whole matrix system, which we hope gets used for good. We hope goes the good way, but we also know that this is the same technology that will or could be used to further advance the control of humanity, the enslavement within the beast system, the debt system that, so many people are caught up and trapped in. Scooter, thank you for the super chat. Bonds at negative 9.62%. Long live fiat. Yeah, the bonds have reported the worst market this year so far. Yep, bonds just getting smashed too. Worst start for the stock market too this year since the Great Depression, I believe. I mean, the data that's coming out, the talking points that I could list off right now is terrible. It's abysmal. I don't know why, but I feel that Algorand will play a big part, but not until after XRP. I like how Algorand has operated so far. I haven't really gone extensively deep. I don't cover them at length, but I really like how they've been set up, how they created their original ICO. The way that they did it was better than most ICOs. Will the SEC still go on them? I don't know. You know, the founder is friends with Gary Gensler, so he has that going for it. You were talking about I bonds. What kind of bonds are you talking about? Yeah. What are you guys looking to invest in right now? What is your business strategies? What are you looking at for real estate? What's your business strategy and what's your real estate strategy? How are you making money right now? Do you even have a job, or do you just invest your allowance money into cryptos and memes? I love you guys. What's my average cost? Low. It's low. For XRP, it's very low. Not as low as I'd like, but relatively speaking, I mean, it's less than a quarter. Do I think that Algorand or ADA has a better ground up approach to blockchain? Algorand has more connections. Both are good tech, good people. Algorand has more connections and, in my opinion, is more tied in as a much more likely scenario. They've already got adoption. I forget what country's building their CBDC on Algorand, one of the smaller countries, but no comment. No comment. That's how you guys don't even want to talk about it. David says he invests his allowance. There you go. What chores are you doing around the house to pay for that allowance? I'm just kidding. I know how it goes nowadays. Nowadays, the kids don't even have to work. They just get an allowance. I'm 20 years old, financially independent. I run my own e-commerce business down here in Mexico, currently funneling all business profits into crypto, mostly XRP. Love it. That is a beautiful, beautiful thing right there. Down in Mexico, running an e-commerce business, financially independent at 20 years. That is the opportunity at hand. And the internet of value is only going to increase this opportunity, right? Blockchain, distributed ledger technology only makes this better. The internet made that opportunity right there. An e-commerce business running it from Mexico, financially independent at 20. I love to hear that. That is so awesome. That to me is, I'd rather hear that than someone tell me that they made a little bit of money off of cryptocurrency. Because yeah, that's cool. But that right there is how you take care of yourself forever, right? Financially independent for you, there's a couple different ways to define that. And, you're 20 years old, so you still got a long ways to go. But just being in that sort of position with the opportunities that you have at your hand, at your fingertips, that's awesome. Brenda, thank you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for all you do, Zach. Go grab an adult beverage. We'll be here holding down the Friday night party for you. I appreciate that, Brenda. Yes. Built on Algo. Anthony, what's built on Algo? Part of the salty army. Do a delivery job part-time and spread the salty memes while raising my kids. It's sad how people are having to take on 2 jobs, 2, 3 jobs, but I'm really pushing the side hustles right now. But do them properly, not no BS. Like, a lot of people think it's get rich quick, get rich easy. When do you think we will join the Galactic Federation? Now that's a good question right there. You guys want to get into a little bit of secret sauce now, huh? Now that we're about an hour into this show, we can get into some secret sauce. We can have a little bit of fun with it. We can go a little bit deeper now. Most people won't watch this far an hour into the live stream, so we can go into it right now. I have 2 jobs, but that's just because I like having different income sources. Yep. Yep. Don't the whales short to take out idiots trading on leverage, taking out stop losses, then just take it back up? That's exactly what they do. Yep. Yep. They'll squeeze it both ways. Short squeeze, long. Yep. Got any suggestions for weekend side hustles? Understand what skills you have. You got to base it around that. If you're just doing a side hustle, it's you. It's you. You got to focus on what can you produce of value, whether that's an e-commerce business, whether, whatever skills you got. I mean, even working OT at your existing job may be the move right now. Instead of setting up a whole side business, maybe you just need cash now. Convince your boss to let you work OT for the next few months, right? Like, Zach, I've always wondered about the terminology of Galactic Federation when it comes to them, considering a federation usually consists of united groups leveraging individual customs. Do we go there? I believe that there's many entities, energies fighting for control of the human spirit, the human soul, the human energy in this existence. Multi-dimensional beings of good and evil fighting over the human consciousness, the human soul, the human spirit, human energy. Are we trying to go that deep with it? I'm going to have to crack open another adult beverage. I'm ex-Navy. Believe me, you don't want the secret sauce. So now it's, the public hearings that we're seeing in Congress in regards to aliens and all this, right? I think the fake alien invasion might not be till the 2030s. Like we might still be a ways away from the fake alien invasion. It's a real entity invasion into this dimension, into this realm, into this existence. Evil entities are making their moves. That's for sure. You're running. Are you saying that that's another side hustle is a car rental business? Yeah, I've seen some of that. CNBC is the best place to learn about financial institutions and markets. If you want the mainstream media, CNBC mainstream narrative, yes. You can learn a lot for sure about the basics. You want to know how it really works? Well, I can send you to some guys that'll tell you the truth about Wall Street. They'll tell you the truth about what happens at those board meetings, behind the scenes. The CNBC fluff, well, that's just what they're feeding the masses. Right? It's just like CNN, it's just like Fox News, but it's the financial Wall Street media. So, yeah, I mean, I listen to CNBC on a daily basis because I'll get recommended videos from CNBC, and I'll listen to 2-3 minute clips. I don't spend much time listening to them, right? I don't watch any TV, but it's the same reason why I watch CNN or Fox News is I want to see the narrative that they're feeding the masses. That's why you watch CNBC. So for that reason, yeah, you can learn a lot. You can learn a lot from people that you disagree with. And that's what we've gotten away from. We need to get back to. We deserve the truth. So tired of all the distraction. Amen. Any truth that the stock market will be ran on the XLM network? It's possible, right? The whole lobster stellar stock market situation, I've covered that, right? I've seen no information or evidence to change those facts, but yeah. Did Swift admit they will use XRP? One guy who used to be from Swift said that they will. From my understanding. From my understanding about that guy, that clip that's going around, yeah. He used to be at Swift, and he's saying that they will use XRP. He says that they won't replace, Ripple will not replace Swift, but they're going to enable Swift, which is something that we've talked about for a while. Yeah, Nixon, you're having issues from XRP to your ledger. Yeah, that's why you always start with a small amount. You have to send at least 10 minimum though now, I believe. So if you sent less than 10 XRP, that's probably why it didn't go through. You have to send at least 10, I believe, is the minimum. I don't know if that's different on Ledger, but yeah, you got to send at least 10 XRP. To open up a wallet on the XRP Ledger, it has to be 10 minimum. What do you guys think about XRP's future? The best compared to all the cryptos. See, Jiffy, I appreciate you asking this question, but this is what I mean by distractions, man. Did you hear that Elon? I'm not even gonna repeat that, but bro, they got us so distracted with Elon, Johnny Depp, like in your question there. That's such a distraction, right? It's like they got the masses so plugged into BS while a financial tsunami is on the horizon. It's not on the horizon anymore. It's like a mile out from our country. It's already hit other countries. Look at what's happening. These videos that I'm seeing is unbelievable. Sri Lanka, Nigeria, I mean, and it's coming home. It's coming home. Glad to have you back, Zach. Hope you recharge your batteries. Thank you, Chris Cox. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah. Had a good vacation. Checked out Colorado. I will say this about America, because recently I just went to Omaha, Nebraska, which has more cows in that state than it has people. And then I went to Colorado, and you got people that are living out in the middle of nowhere, in the desert, in the mountains. I mean, we drove through, and I don't know what the hell those people are doing out there. But then I check, the news, and I see all the chaos and the mayhem and all the craziness. And then I go, kind of makes sense why they live out there in peace. So, when you drive through middle America like this, you'll see, guys, the only way that they can take down this country is through an inflationary financial currency war. That's the only thing really that they can do, because you got people out there that don't even need the currency. They will survive without the dollar, without the stock market, without all the bullshit. They are doing it right now. They're literally living in shacks in the middle of nowhere, but they are surviving. They live on farms. They get it done. And many of us on the coast, many, people don't get it. Why the hell are these people living out here? Where they found their peace? It's where they've established their family, right? And the point being is that this country is so freaking massive. We have so many resources. It could be such a power. But these people that are running this thing are running this thing into the dirt. They've set this up. It's a designed, controlled demolition, and they're using inflation and the currency war and the commodity wars to kill us. They cannot stop us, really. Many people are going to be able to survive just about everything, barring a nuclear bomb going off. But even if a nuke hit on the coast, these people out in middle America, as long as the wind drifted that radiation away from them, would survive. That's how crazy this is. But our country, our people, the average household is vulnerable and is feeling it right now. So you got to have your prepping. You got to invest in your precious metals. It's an insurance policy against the currency that is failing. Then I skip the stock market. I'm holding off on real estate personally, but I'm going to be a first-time home buyer. So I'm in my own category, right? First-time home buyers. But I'm waiting to buy the blood in the streets. Skip the stock market, and I went way too deep into cryptocurrency over the last few years. As of now, I buy the dips. You know, I'm slowly still adding. But right now I'm sitting on cash, and I spend most of my time focusing on my businesses. How do I insulate? How do I build out infrastructure that's not going to go away during a recession? And it's not going to go away. It's going to be needed during an inflationary depression. Problem, reaction, solution, order out of chaos. Exactly. It's been their program. It's been their operating procedure from the very beginning. Mike, what's up, brother? Stock market isn't going anywhere. Palantir is going to control the world. Okay. 40-year mortgage will keep housing market up. Guys, wake up. It's over for the America you knew. Yeah, so I believe that the opportunity to build wealth off of a single family house that you live in, aka the American dream white picket fence, is dead. It's over. My generation will not be able to buy a house and create, quote unquote, create, or, you know, take on hundreds of thousands of dollars in equity or millions of dollars in equity off of one house. Because even if we buy now and the inflation hits, and the house that I buy now that I think is overpriced, let's just say I buy a house right now for $500,000. In my town, I'll get a little beater fixer upper on an average size lot for $500,000. Nice. So I buy that $500,000, I fix it up, I put in a little bit, but then I hold on to it for 10 years and it increases to $1 million. What do you think is going to happen to that dollar? What do you think is going to be the value of that thing relatively to what I can buy with those dollars 5-10 years from now, right? So I believe that opportunity is over. The boomer generation, the generations before me, they were able to buy a house. They were able to sit on it just over the last 10-20 years even. And, you know, they got hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of equity, which is not wealth, right? It's a little bit of wealth, right? It's a little bit. Doesn't make you rich, makes you well off, makes you middle class. But then these people are still getting killed at the grocery store. These people are still having other problems as well because they used their house as a credit card. So they tapped in, pulling out that equity so that they could go buy more cars, so that they could consume more, take vacations every year. That's all over. And the opportunity for me, a first-time home buyer, to buy a house and view it as an asset, I believe is done. Now, let me say this. There's a whole strategy that we have for investing in real estate and property in doing that. That's a whole business if you are really on that level. The unfortunate part about this is that the average person was able to build a little wealth just by doing this. Such a simple strategy, buying your own home, paying it down, and after 20, 30 years, you got it paid off and you're sitting on some equity. You got a nice little thing that you can pass down to your family. That was a good story. It was nice. And we've enjoyed that standard of living up until now, right? For me, you got to look at your personal housing situation, which if you understand that your house isn't an asset, just like Robert Kiyosaki told us, your house is not an asset. It doesn't provide you cash flow, making it not an asset. If we understand that, then we understand, well, okay, right now it might make more sense to rent in your market, or maybe you can buy. Maybe it does make sense to buy, right? But you understand that you're using it as a utility. It's not going to be something that you get rich off of. It's not going to build you wealth, but you're using it for that utility. You need it for your family. You operate your business out of it. And then you're able to go on the offensive once you get your personal housing situation set. Yeah, people used to buy homes all cash, right? And they still are, right? They pulled the equity out of their house and they went and they bought a vacation home cash, right? Yeah. JM, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. Unfortunately, in the US now, even if you pay off your home property taxes based on skewed home values, now make everyone a serf of Lord government. That's true. Even once you pay off your home, you're still going to be paying those property taxes, which is based off of these local jurisdictions going bankrupt and going broke, and now they have to raise property taxes. That's unfortunate. Yeah. True. BlackRock and Vanguard buying up real estate in North America. Yep. So we watch what the elites do. I don't spend time worrying about, is BlackRock evil, good? Am I going to be friends with the CEO of BlackRock? Do they got some bad guys working at their company? Yes, absolutely. There's a reason why they control $10 trillion though. So pay attention, and maybe you want to invest alongside of them, right? Don't get caught up in the minutia. Take action. Zach, I'm not a shallow investor looking for a quick buck. I Uber, work, and learn in depth. Please, can you talk about the timeline for the big crash affecting the little person? It's underway. Cryptocurrency has already crashed. Some stocks have already crashed. Inflation is over 20% for everything that matters. So it's here. It's underway. It's a crisis. Prepare accordingly. Prepare accordingly. What is the reason that people do satanic rituals? Cool water, good question. The elite are trying to tap in to these evil entities that are here. That's what they're trying to do. Low-level people, your average person that thinks it's cool, thinks it's trendy, hip. Let's play with the Ouija board. Let's do a little satanic ritual. Let's, whatever. It's been made to be cool now in popular culture. They don't understand what's happening on a deeper spiritual level, but the people that are tapped into the very tippy top, yeah, they understand what they're doing. They're harnessing the energy from the entities, the evil entities that are here, trying to manipulate human consciousness, human spirit. What's the story goes? The greatest lie the devil ever told was convincing people he wasn't real. And that's why I tell the kids to catch a vibe, because the same kids that think it's just a joke to do rituals like that are the same kids that don't even really believe in God or the devil, which is fine. Catch a vibe, which means good or bad, good or evil. So you can tell, you can feel, you can catch someone's vibe, which is based off of frequency, which is science, which they can't deny science. So catch a vibe, good or evil. I choose good. God willing, good wins. And I want to strike down all evil that confronts me. I appreciate you for diving this deep openly. Yeah, I appreciate you guys, for asking those questions and making it fun. This is what we talk about in the Discord chats when we're going, and, we can really get into it. But, on YouTube, you're in the public forum, I got nothing to hide. I'm committed to the truth, and I want the average person to win. And I study really hard. I work every day. And I hope you guys enjoy the show, but it's bad out there. It's bad out there, and we're preparing accordingly. Yep. We're going to partake in this transfer of wealth. We're going to bring about order to the chaos in our lives. I don't know if I'll be able to fix the world. I don't know if we'll be able to fix this. But we're going to go down. We're going to die trying. Get rich or die trying. Do good or die trying. That's where I stand. God willing. Do good or die trying. How about that? Let's make a shirt out of that one. Do good or die trying. Be great or die trying. I just poured a Crown Royal. This is getting deep. Shan, I appreciate that. Let's go. Let's go deep with it. Erwin Schiff, Peter Schiff's dad, made a good constitutional case against the income tax. Oh, yeah. No, the income tax is completely illegal. We shouldn't even have an SEC. It's such bullshit, man. Frequency is key. Wish I could afford the Discord. I understand it is an investment. We shouldn't have to pay to live on a planet we were born on. Well, yeah. I mean, I guess if you wanted to really do it, you could live off the land, check yourself out, deem yourself, let the state, let the government know that you're a sovereign individual citizen. I see these people on TikTok and YouTube, these people that talk about becoming sovereign individual citizens or whatever. I guess you can do it. Take that path. Go live off the land. Or don't even tell the government. They don't even need to know. Just go live off the land. I mean, that's always my backup. That's where I sit. I don't spend my time worrying about if it really, really gets to that point where, shit hits the fan to the point where we're living off the land and complete chaos. Okay, let's go camping. Let's set up shop. And, we've prepared. We've prepared. Ripple executive will be the next head of the Federal Reserve Bank. Yeah, we'll see. I compare Ripple to the IMF because they're holding world bridge currency, right? They're not just serving one country. So I compare Ripple to the IMF or the BIS, the central bank of central banks. Homestead and XRP, there we go. That's what it's all about, If it goes that bad, regardless, I mean, I'm already on the path. I don't even know about sending my daughter to these indoctrination camps. I'm just not going to have her brainwashed. I'm not going to have her around a poor mindset. I'm not going to have her. I'm going to set her up, and we're going to set her up to have the tools in her tool belt to get it done, there's no sugarcoating the truth of how messed up this world is, but we're going to pierce through the bullshit and we're going to get something done, and we're going to, try to live an enjoyable life, right? Find a purpose that we can get behind that adds value to other people's lives, that adds value to our family, that brings enjoyment to ourselves. And we're always going to do what's right. We're always going to do what's good, what's morally, as long as it's legal, moral, and ethical. We're going to do it. Why don't you wait until XRP moons, then buy your house? Well, I mean, if XRP does what it does, yeah, I mean, we'll be able to upgrade just a little bit, right? Right? You know, we got to, you got to take, I understand everyone's going through real situations. Your lease went up on your rent, right? Or you're sitting on a house, you have $200,000 equity that you haven't tapped into, but you don't know what to do, right? Because the interest rates are jacked up. You can't replace your house. You could take the money, but how long would that money even last you? Right? I get it. A lot of people are in tough situations on top of everything else that you're dealing with in your life. I get it. We got to stay emotionally strong right now, which, you know, for me, in our group that we've built over there, it's a family and we lift each other up during times like this. You know, we can stay solid, we can stay grounded, not get caught up in the emotional BS, drama, lies, deception. Stay focused. What does it profit a man if he gain the whole world but lose his own soul? Yeah, I mean, as long as it's legal, moral, and ethical, we will do it. Now, in some countries, what's legal, moral, and ethical swings in the wind. It's a little different in some places. Swift is getting ready to move using XRP. Absolutely. Absolutely. God, we're on the brink of so much great things for XRP. I mean, once the pools of liquidity really start flowing across this thing. What's up? What's up? Keep going, man. Lose more. What are you talking about? I haven't lost anything. Is the new monkey likes Cocoa Pops disease the next? Is the new monkey likes Cocoa Pops disease the next tactic for governments to enforce further lockdowns, restrictions worldwide? To me, it sums it up. I think that this one's just a relatively short scare thing. It sounds like it's not too crazy, so I don't really think that it's going to be. To me, it's part of insulting the intelligence of the average person. In my opinion, they're calling you a monkey. To me, that's what this is about. The monkey pox, the monkey virus. To me, it's a ritual of we view you as a monkey, a worthless eater that we want to use and or get rid of. Thank you for the super chat though, Mr. Lucky. And yeah, I mean, I think it's an absolute joke. Good thing is that it looks like it's not spreading too bad. Don't worry, we don't have to get as scared as we were back in March of 2020. Yeah, doesn't look like it's that bad. It's possible XRP is the distraction. Yeah, I mean, distraction from what though? Don't let fear dictate your actions. Yes. That's why I try to hit you guys with a mix of get your shit together. This like warning signs are here. It's bad. And stay positive, take action, fight the good fight. If we go down fighting, we go down fighting, right? As long as we can stand before God and say, hey, we fought. We fought. We did the right thing. His Aussie ain't complying. Yaren, I appreciate that. Yeah. Australia got locked down crazy. Yeah. Unfortunate. Yeah. I don't, God, it's going to take a lot to lock us down again because the people aren't going to go along with the lies. People aren't going to do the lies. They can't control cryptos. They just wiped out half of the market cap of cryptocurrency. They are controlling cryptos. They do control cryptos. They will always control cryptos. Yeah. Maybe they don't control some distributed ledger technology that some kids made that only, a few people are using. Anything that's actually major getting something done, they control. Jason, thank you for the chat. If the Georgia Guidestones are correct and the world population is reduced to 500,000, do they really need XRP? They could just stay in the SWIFT system. I think that if they got that world, SWIFT would be the least of their worries, right? Yeah. Money would be the least of their worries at that time. They would have all the assets. They would have control of anything that mattered. Denise, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. Thank you. Citadel is now a market maker for crypto. Yes, I was listening to the CEO of Citadel just today, actually. He did about an hour-long interview. He talked about Terra Luna as well, and he also addressed that the stablecoins need regulatory clarity. So this is coming for crypto, which is good for us. Good for us. We've positioned ourselves accordingly, but the only stablecoin I would mess with would be USDC. Will there ever be a face reveal of Bitcoin, or will it always be a secret? I don't know. It's a good question. USDT a scam? Yes. Tether is already been proven to be a deceptive and fraudulent scheme by the New York Attorney General. I wouldn't touch it. They are not backed. They don't have the reserves. I would stay far away. If you have to use Tether, use it and get rid of it. Like, I know on like Kucoin, some pairs for some cryptocurrencies, Tether's the only liquidity. Some exchanges, Tether's like, only going to be the only pair there. So if you have to, you have to, but don't hold on to Tether. That is financial advice. They're about to address a capital gains tax the digital currencies will allow them to tax whatever they want and to be able to track it all. So they want to roll out these CBDCs mostly so that they can control and track it all. XRP $589 overnight. Zach, talk about Riddlers, please. Sure. I mean, XRP, to even get started really moving serious amounts of value, it's going to have to be at a 3-digit price. I believe that once the lawsuit's over and once we get clarity, we're going to be well on our way to 3 digits. Overnight, I think, is kind of just like a meme. I don't really think that we're going to wake up one day and it goes from 40 cents to $400. I think that we're going to just see a kind of a rapid increase, but it's going to be a consistent one, a rapid and consistent increase in price until we get to the set or agreed upon price for XRP, barring any buyback theories, anything like that. Vacation was great. Thank you. The elite will have to redistribute the wealth created over the last 2 years. They're planning on distributing it to themselves. They're planning on seizing all of it. USDT is unpegged and declining. Absolutely, Dex. That's true. Yep. Has not gone back to the dollar peg. USDT is in serious trouble. They just put out a tweet saying that their reserves are back. They have $80 billion or $80 billion worth of reserves. But they won't tell us what the reserves are. Crypto is dead. Yeah, I mean, 99% of cryptocurrencies are dead. I wouldn't say the whole space is dead. The space has been wrecked, though, for sure. Have I bought this crash yet? Yes. I bought XRP, I bought XLM. As soon as I can make it to the dealer, I'm going to be buying more silver. Haven't bought any other cryptocurrencies. If XRP will explode, why doesn't every elite invest into it? There are many people that have been acquiring and accumulating XRP behind the scenes that we cannot track or know of. So they've already got they're already in there. I mean, George Soros just invested into Ripple, didn't he? Right? So the elite are trying to get in. What about the NFT space? Was about to post some artwork. If you are an artist, then look at the NFT space. Yes. If you're just, trying to understand it, now's a good time to look into it, to understand, research, understand how NFTs will be utilized in the internet of value. They're going to be massive. Everything's going to be tokenized in the internet of value. So look into NFTs. Understand NFTs. But 99% of NFTs right now are BS, have no utility, and are not worth investing in. The Rothschilds have an 8% stake in XRP via SBI Holdings. SBI Holdings has a stake in Ripple. So in an extended cousin type of situation, yes, Rothschilds have a stake in Ripple because they own about 10% of SBI Holdings, I believe. Or wait, no, SBI holds 10%. It's something like that. Rothschilds do not directly hold XRP that we know of. They probably do behind the scenes. But like I always say, we can talk about, are they good? Are they evil? How bad are these people? Okay, we could talk about that all day. But if they're investing in it, there's a reason. And you may want to take a look at that, right? Jason, thank you. Thank you for the super chat. Thoughts on Jed McCaleb, co-founder of Ripple and XLM, staying behind the scenes, interesting twist, leaves XRP, quietly moves to XLM, brother, sister coins. Absolutely. We can't find out much information about Jed because he works in the shadows. He does deals behind the scenes. He did Mt. Gox and then he left. Then it was the largest Bitcoin hack in history. He never got brought in. He obviously hasn't been brought in to the Ripple SEC lawsuit. So Jed McCaleb has been working behind the scenes. He's a sneaky little guy. But he's definitely tapped into the most elite families and elite circles in banking, in governments and banking. Yeah, mostly banking. Yeah, it pretty much is a copy of XRP. Yeah. The focus is on the underbanked or unbanked, but Ripple is doing the same thing. So, I mean, he really just did copy Ripple. What do you think of the Luna One project? I'm staying away. I think it's a disgrace what happened. You pay your virtual assistant in the Philippines with XLM. That's awesome. Yep, works really good as a currency. Did you have a fallout with the QFS people, Zach? No, because I never had anything with them. I have nothing against them now. I just want evidence and documentation before I invest personally in projects that I'm being told a story, but I don't have anything that I can actually grasp onto when I go to invest. With my investments in XRP and everything else that I've invested in, there's something that I can hold on to. There's something that I can see. There's partnerships, adoption, a team. I can really see what assets they're holding, what they're doing, what they're building. The pipe dream story that I'm hearing as far as the seized assets on Stellar, okay, I get it. I get it. I understand the executive orders. I understand everything that they're talking about. But what assets are these companies holding now, and what are they going to hold after their assets have been seized, after these companies have been restructured? I understand that the stock market will be tokenized. It is going to be running on distributed ledger technology. I understand the evil that all of these companies were involved in. But as far as investing in some of these projects in the Stellar ecosystem, I don't have enough information or conviction to put my money there. Not saying that you shouldn't, not saying that there's not an opportunity, but I have not. My friend who says, this better be good, Zach. You are up here all the time and just tell people to go to your Discord the whole time, trying to get some real info. I've been on for an hour and 45 minutes, and I think I've spent 1 minute talking about my Discord weekly call tomorrow. I won't mention it again for the rest of the stream. Bro, I just dropped an hour and 45 minutes of an update and answering Q&A. Show me, besides, okay, I will say this. Waters Above Crypto has been doing some long hangout sessions. Shout out to him. He's a real one. Other than that, who does Q&A sessions for an hour on the regular basis? If you're here to get some real info, you came to the right spot. If you got a shitty attitude, if you're, not ready for the truth, you probably left by now. Finally watched Waters Above recently. That is a whole other kind of secret sauce, absolutely mind-blowing. Yeah, it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. I listened to all of his decodes, all of his deep dives. Good stuff. Yeah. I pretty much stopped doing deep dives and decodes because I was like, this dude's got it. Along with all the other riddlers and stuff, you could spend all day, going through all the riddles and tying it all together, doing the numerology, astrology, tying it all together. After I saw Waters Above, I was like, okay, I'll let this guy have that spot in the community. Right? It's like, okay, you got it, brother. Do you still believe snake in the water? I don't. I'm not really convinced that they put it in the water. What I'm concerned about is that over half the population took a experiment, right? So for me, it's not about did they put it in the water or not. It's about what the hell was in the hokey pokey jibby jabby, do a little dance and have a good time. What was going on there? Over half the population took it. My family took it. I pray, God willing. We'll see. So you know crypto is tulips? No, the cryptocurrency that I'm investing in already has 400 banks and financial institutions partnered with it, and it's addressing problems that are valued in the trillions of dollars. So if you think that, then you need to get your game up, okay? I like this guy's channel, comes with honest information. Yep. No notification. Darn it. Yeah, make sure you guys hit that notification bell so you guys know when I'm going live and when I drop new videos. Should the economic ninja continue snapping his fingers? I've never watched him ever. I've heard of him. I've never watched him. His bro hog. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I told you guys. I got a few go-tos and I stick to that. What's your take on Russell J. Gold? I haven't looked at that. Russell J. Cloud. Who is that? The hokey pokey, do a little dance, have a good time. What do you guys think? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Zach, you've been great today. Thank you guys. I appreciate all of you. And what was in the tests? Great question, David. What was in those tests that everyone was taking? Some people had to test daily. Imagine what we put up with over the last 2 years. Just nonsense. Is digital asset investor clickbait? I reckon he is not too bad. I think we're all guilty of a little bit of clickbait, right? But no, DAI is solid. I don't think anybody's done a better job of digging up info on the SEC, exposing the SEC. So he's got that spot. And he got me into XRP back in 2018, 2019. There's a Q thread spreading on Twitter. What's the Q thread spreading on Twitter? Arthur, you left me a write-up on Twitter? I don't know if I saw that. Trump will be back before 2024. Be ready. Boy, that would really set the streets on fire. That's what I originally thought, but now I think that he's getting all the ducks in the row before he comes back into power. So he appointed more judges than any other president, right? So he stacked the courts, got the Supreme Court nominations, and then he dipped. And he caught them all in the last election. And now what he's done is he's got over 20 Secretary of States that are in control of the elections in each of those states that are pro fair elections. Like, let's have a legitimate election. I think that shouldn't be controversial, right? Like, I shouldn't get in trouble for saying that, right? Like, let's make sure our elections are fair, free, and that we actually get truthful results. That'd be nice, right? That's not controversial. I'm not going to get canceled for saying that, am I? That's serious because that's who controls the elections is the Secretary of State. And there's been basically over 20 people that he's got. And then what we're seeing now in the primaries is that it's going to be a red wave in the midterms. And so it's the perfect setup, right? You know, this thing falls apart under the watch of Sleepy Creepy. He was right about almost everything, right? He's going to come back in as the savior. It's the perfect story. and a lot of people are going to be mad about it. I just hope that he's everything that we think he is. I hope he's on the good side. Trump isn't going to win, man. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. It doesn't really matter what our opinions are. I think it's already set in stone. It's not, I want him to be back. It's just how the world stage is set up. How should I explain to these people saying XRP is centralized? Ripple runs less than like 4 validators on the XRP ledger. So it's one of the most decentralized ledgers in existence right now, actually. Who is Russell J. Gold? You keep on saying this guy, Russell J. Gold. Let me look it up. Russell J. Cloud. Oh, it's another one of these cases. Mortgage corporate. He proved that mortgages are a fraud. Yeah, I mean, I get all that stuff, man. Like, okay. But how do we get rid of Trudeau? Canada is a mess. You guys are in trouble in Canada. I mean, at least Trudeau's kind of being exposed. We'll see what happens there too. It's just a big shakeup. It's a big shakeup in the political and the financial world across the world, every country. Oh, he's the Postmaster General of the U.S. Okay. Tell me what's Gold is the quantum grammar guy? Okay. I guess I'll look it up. Maybe somebody can share it in my Discord. I can't fly anywhere. He froze accounts. Gosh, that's crazy up in Canada. Yeah, Canada just went full communist. Okay, guys. I'm going to take 5 more questions. Nobody can fly, but they shipped in Ukrainians for free. And we send billions of dollars to Ukraine as well. Do you think that Biden will finish his term? I think that it's set up for something to happen. Nice little false flag event, or, something happens, right? Like, he looks like a dead man walking, just as far as like his health does not look good. I don't know. Whatever he is, whatever that thing is up there. Thoughts on Baba Kug's trust fund kid's dad investing in pharmaceuticals that benefit from C19. I think that Baba Kug's, is just another little guy. Just another little guy. Yep, playing with daddy's money. All about the jibby jab, hokey pokey. Do a little dance. Whatever. What do you think will happen to Bitcoin when it's no longer number one? I think that Bitcoin eventually goes to zero if it doesn't upgrade. If it can't upgrade and bring any utility, it's done. What do you guys think about this new World Health Organization treaty that they're trying to pass? Isn't that next week? Put the election on blockchain. No one can cry about fraudulent elections. Yeah, yep, that's what I agree. I think that would be the best way to do it. More inflation numbers coming next week. Yeah, we'll see how much worse it's getting. Yep. Yeah. The World Health Organization, the UN, all these fraudulent entities. They can all go to hell. All right, guys. I appreciate all of your support. It's been another fantastic session running it up here for about 2 hours on the live chat tonight. If you guys want to get in our exclusive Discord community, hop on over to zachrector.com. You can get access over there. Tomorrow morning, we're going to be doing our weekly call. Going to be talking about the economic data that's been coming out, seeing through the lies, adjusting our portfolios, and I'm going to be talking about my up-to-date business strategies that I'm executing on right now. We are riding out a recession on the brink of an inflationary depression, and I want to help bring you guys strategies to help you prepare for what I consider to be the greatest transfer of wealth in world history. So I appreciate all of you guys for spreading this message far and wide. YouTube, if you could smash that thumbs up for me on the way out, help share this message with other like-minded individuals, and hit that notification bell so you know when I'm going live and when I post new content. We will see you guys in the next episode. This is the last live stream from this studio. Next time you see me, we will be going live from the new spot, from the bunker, hidden in a place far, far away. I appreciate all of you guys so much, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next one. Take care and God bless. Have a great, fantastic evening. Thank you for the Beth showed up. Promise, we're about to have a party in the Discord. Here soon. Party in the Kelly. What's up? Welcome. Thank you to all of you guys. Jemmy. Shout out to all the moderators. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Go.